everyone, this is Bev from Art by Bedell, and I'm back. Goodness, that was a long break. It seemed like it took forever. I'm working my way back into being able to sit at a chair for an extended period, like longer than 5 minutes, and it's sciatic nerve problem. So I hope you'll forgive me for being gone in the midst of all that issues with the sciatic nerve. Then I had just totally lost my mojo, and anyhow, I'm back. I have 4 new journals to show you. They're little journals. They each measure approximately somewhere between 5 inches by 8.5 inches. And that varies on whether you measure them with the fabric or just with the pages, of course. They are a 1 signature. They have a fabric cover to them that has been echo printed and it's muslin, and this is like a canvas cloth here on the spine, and then that's all been machine stitched on. The closure is a wraparound strip of the fabric, and let's take this one off. You can see a little bit of the echo printing here on this one with a leaf right there. And let's see. They have been echo printed. They took the color. They did not take the image very well, but they're a pretty nice yellow, nice soft yellow. So anyhow, let's get into showing you what's inside these and what they're made of. I'll put 3 aside and we'll start working on this one. This one is kind of a manly type journal, and it has an original photo with the mat on the front of it, and then we have a charm on the side of a key, and then we open it up, and this paper is echo printed paper, and it has buttercups on it here. And we'll open it further. The next page is another echo print page and another original photo. So this one has like some old time photos and the handmade papers in it. This is with a daisy here. And then we have some government settlement paper here that's kind of like a vellum, only lighter weight. And then a friend of mine gifted me a whole bunch of maps, just gorgeous maps from the Tioga State Forest, and I believe the Warren County Forest. There might be a couple of those in there also, I'm not sure. But anyhow, I've used some for the pages in this. And so it flips out, and we have spaces for journaling. And it flips out again, and we have lots of journaling space on this one. And another old vintage photo here. This is a deli print. I also have some mamigami paper that I had made, and this one was made out of vellum, and then I stitched some French knots. So you're going to see machine stitching throughout, and you're also going to see some hand stitching throughout. And this is, it got a nice page tab on it here, and some more of the French knots and the vellum paper on the back there. We have another overlay of the government paper onto some old vintage book paper out of a floral book. I just love this book. I'm going to miss it when it's gone. Here we have some cross stitching on some vintage, original vintage ledger paper. And then I had taken all of my different types of mamigami paper that I made with ledger paper, with copy paper. This is out of a book, this paper here, and I had hand stitched them together for a nice little element on this page. And this paper is off a desk calendar that my friend Linda had gifted me. I've been using it for a while, and I think it's about gone. Then we have some handmade paper here that I had made, and some more hand stitching on this coffee stained copy paper with a stencil here. It's where you put the stencil on it when it's wet with the coffee, and then you put it out in the sun to dry, and it takes the print off it. This is a poem out of a book by Helen Steiner Rice. And then on the back side, we have another vintage photo and a paper pad here. I had frayed some fabric. It was the fabric from the binding here and saved the threads and put them on this page tab here. And this is some coffee stained copy paper. This paper was dyed with avocados, and it was just copy paper that I had dyed. Now the only digital that's, I believe, that's in this book is this is a piece of it here, and that was by Annalise Journaling. And this is some craft paper, like some packaging paper. This is a child's book that had some Japanese writing in it. A really cool book that I got at a book sale. This is one of my pressed flowers. And I believe it's an azalea. I'm not positive. And it had some nice sketches in that book also. And then just some lace and some of the book paper. This is my cleanup paper that comes from underneath where I work. And we've reached the middle of our signature, and we have some beads here and some stitching over here, some French knots. And I didn't cover up the back messy part of it. I liked just the way that looked, so I left it. And some more French knots. Some more of the avocado stained paper, the page out of a Japanese child's book. And then we have a pocket on this side, and inside the pocket we have a tag. It says "Life is in the details," and I believe that the journals that have all the detail are so very interesting. And that's the back for writing on. Some hand stitching here with some embroidery floss. This was coffee stained with ferns. And another page tab on this one. Then we have a corner tuck spot, a bottom corner tuck spot here. And that's another of the print from Annalise Journaling. And inside it we have a piece of paper for journaling on and a receipt. Some more of the poems out of the poem book. Some more hand stitching, handmade paper with ferns on it. And then I had sprayed some ink, some of Tim Holtz spray distress inks on that. We have a piece of the Echo print paper that has the daisy on it. Ledger paper with some stitching. The bird book paper, or no, the flower book paper, sorry, with a pocket and another tag that says adventure on it. And that is, that's not a real playing card. It was just some clip art. Another page tab up here on the jelly print paper. Then we have on the back of this paper, which is the matte paper, we have a belly band with another original photo. And inside that we have a journaling card, a journal on the back, and that fits right inside that little belly band, like that. Have an envelope, and then I have left my envelope, it's open so that it can open it up and journal on the inside. And you have a piece of, this is not original, it's just some some ephemera. And then that opens up with some Echo print paper so that you can write on the back of that. And just lays inside the envelope. Open it up, your Echo print paper, and then we're on the back of our journal with the cardboard that has been inked up with several different colors of the Distress Oxide inks. And then the back of our journal. So that's journal 1. It's the manly journal, I call it. And then 2 is, and put that over here. 2 is our bird book. One of our bird books. And this one has a pin on it with a polymer clay nest and some paper lace doily. Same fabric used for the cover on all 4 of them. Same with the binding here, is that it's kind of like a canvas. I don't think it's a true canvas. And a little bit more printing going on this one. You can see a flower here. Okay, so we open up the bird one. Bird 1 with a a pin, a nest pin. That's what we'll call it. This is some colt's foot echo printing here. And then we have table of wages by the day for back in, it was a long time ago. I know that. I don't see a date on it, but it's pretty old, and it's original piece. And then we just have a nice piece of collage work going on here. Some more paper out of the Japanese child's book. And some more of the threads. And this is some ledger paper, some craft paper with a little ticket on it that I had made a while ago. And then handmade paper, and it flips open. It's got some stamping here, and there's journal. Then we have a seed package here that I put on this one. And this is a deli print paper here. Inside is another piece of paper for writing on and a receipt. A lot of these journals are a lot the same. And some more hand stitching on the edge of this paper. Another flip up here that has a piece of vellum ephemera, and then the government paper, and then more of the map from Kai. And this is some washi tape here. On this one we have another belly band with a piece of paper to journal on and a quote. Now I've left the strings long. For these little journals, I just love these nice long strings. Of course, if you get one of these and don't like it, and just cut them off. Okay. And then we have a pocket over here, and this pocket is made out of one of those vintage photos mats, and the back side of it, like on the guy's one. I kept the front side where the photo was in, but I had a back to it that covered up, like, yeah. Anyhow, that's what this is. And then this is one of my pressed flowers here. And we have a tag inside that. And let's see what we have here. Some more of the calendar. This is more of the poem book. Another pocket with another journal card in it. This is some more cleanup paper with some messy hand stitching down here. And it has a page tab on it. This has got some nice bright yellow ink on it. This is the avocado stained paper. That's the center of our journal. We have some pretty beads on this one. Some more stitching. I'm going to kind of go through this because it's a lot the same. This is a piece of the Annalise paper here, her digitals, and then a notepad. This flips open for journaling. More hand stitching. A wooden bird on this one I thought was kind of cute. Some more collage work. Page tab with some more French knots. And then I have another one of the Mamigamis with the ledger paper, the book paper, and some sheet music here. And then I stitched them all together. And this is a flower from a Tim Holtz die that I had cut out of some echo print paper. More stitching up here. And there's the jelly print. Our handmade paper with the ferns. Craft paper, ledger paper. And this is on this side of this page, we have a flip out that comes up and down, and you can journal on that. And then you just, when you go to put it back, you just lift this a little bit and tuck it inside there. It's kind of like a Matchbox thing, but it's not really a Matchbox thing. And then another envelope that comes open with an original vintage photo and an original Pennsylvania Railroad tickets thing. It doesn't have any tickets in it. It's just the open book. There we go. Echo print paper, and then our back with our corrugated cardboard and our colt's footprint. And that is the second journal. Our third journal has a lady, an original picture of a lady on the front here. Here we go. And then you can see some echo printing here with some flowers, got some different colors. And these are wobbly journals. It's something that I really, really like about these journals. What they are is they have the fabric, and the fabric, the binding and the cover is all just a piece of fabric. And so it gives them a lot of leeway. And so when you open them up, they lay flat. And I like the size. I like the feel of these journals. This one has a nice little brooch on the front here. Open it up, some more original pictures. This is the envelope flap here. This is echo print paper here. Some more hand stitching, you'll see that. I'm not sure what the flowers were that were on this. And this is my handmade paper with the ferns and some stamping. Some Tim Holtz dolls type, or whatever you want to call them. On some poem paper, some stenciled coffee stain paper, some more of the vellum mamigami paper with some stitching on it. Made a nice little page tab. Ledger, child's book. We have a belly band with some paper to write on that's been coffee stained with a stencil. And we're just going to go on through. That's got some cardboard on it. And that's another one of my tickets that I had made a while ago. Overlay again onto the map paper with the government settlement paper. The desk calendar, my cleanup paper. Avocado stains, a little daisy down here. And this one has the mamigami, where I had stitched it all together. And we're at the middle of our book, and we have some little wooden beads on this one. We go. Another overlay here with an original picture. Inside this pocket, this side tuck spot, we have I think it must go to, that's a library card of some sort. Anyhow, a file for a library card. It's not an original. And let's see, the map again. This one has a doily with a butterfly crocheted on the edge here. I thought was really pretty. Some more mamigami on our, and we have two pockets here. We have a tiny skinny tag here that goes in this one. And then we have another tag here for the back pocket. This is the vintage flower book that I had. And we have a pocket here. And it has a hummingbird, a wooden hummingbird on that, and you can journal on the back of that. More messy stitching. We have a notepad here, handmade paper, echo print, and our envelope with another picture and some vintage doily here. Open it up, and again, this is printable ephemera. Whoops. And the inside with our back cover with our cardboard here. And you can see there's a leaf there. And some good stuff going on here. It's got a little bit more character to that piece of fabric. And then the last one is another bird. And this one has just a little charm on the side of it, not a nest. And it has a key on the front. Then we have our binding, all of our nice strings, and our echo print fabric. This one turned out pretty. Okay, inside, a lot of the same. We have the echo print paper with the buttercups. And just go through, it's all the same thing. Some of the cleanup paper here. This is part of the envelope that I put a card on. Strip, some lace, same lace carried through all four of them. Another belly band with some paper to write on. And a bird overlay on the map paper. A mushroom collage. Handmade paper with the ferns. Jelly print here. Some more of the vellum that's been stitched on. Japanese child's book. I like the illustrations in that book. And then we're at the center and we have some more beads. And another pocket with another tag on it. Here we go, deli print. We have a tip in here with a half of a doily, and it's held in place with some washi tape. Handmade paper. So this one will have 62 pages in it. Craft paper. Yep, and we have a tuck spot here with a piece of paper to write on. And here's the other part of the envelope, and this one opens up too for writing on. And a pocket with a tag. There we go. This is a piece of fabric with some French knots. And a corner tuck spot with some paper, and then we're back at our corrugated cardboard for the back. And you can see printing here, you can see some printing here, and there's quite a bit going on the back of this. So those are my 4 new journals. Like I say, they're small, they're handy, they're nice little journals. They just feel comfy. They feel like, you know, you can put them in your hand and you can hug them, and I don't know, sometimes I like to sit and think before I journal, and so I can just kind of hold this little sweet little journal in my hands while I think, and then open it up and write on it, and it opens flat. I just like this size. It's a nice little journal. So if you're interested, they'll be on my Etsy page. And once again, I apologize for being gone so long. I really hope that this is the beginning of being active and getting some stuff done for you guys to have on my Etsy and just for you to watch on my YouTube channel. So everybody have a great day, and we shall see you again soon. Bye now.